Hey everybody, welcome back to another World of Warships Splits video. So, I got to thinking with California's release. I've been talking to people on Discord and Facebook, and we were kind of, which ones are better, which is better? California, West Virginia, Florida. So I was like, okay, well, you know what, I'm going to do videos on West Virginia and Florida. And the more and more I thought about it, before I did do videos on them, maybe we should talk about what I think are the top Tier 7 battleships. And then I've got some advice for beginner players. So we'll start off with, for those of you who don't know, California's in the Blitz Pass. I think it's a fantastic ship. It's a great pickup. If you don't want to spend the money and you have one of these two ships, the Florida or the West Virginia, you're already set. These two ships are fantastic as well. West Virginia, the playstyle to California is very similar. West Virginia is just a hair, just a hair faster than California. It's got a bigger set of guns. They're in, you see their 4x2s, 406s. Range is almost the same. So, very, very close in playstyle to California. Florida's a little bit different. A little caution to newer players. Florida is fast. So you gotta be careful. You can get yourself out of position quick in Florida and get yourself into trouble. Now the funny thing I found about Florida versus California, same amount of guns, same size guns. Florida reloads 3 seconds slower and does about 100 points less damage. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Just letting you guys know. But Florida, like I said, fantastic ship. Now, could I rate these 1, 2, and 3? No, I really can't. Like I said, California and West Virginia are so similar that there's barely any difference. Florida is a different beast altogether with its speed. So, what is it? 1A, 1B for the three of them. They're fantastic ships. Rounding out my top ships of Tier 7, though, for the battleship wise, Rodney. Rodney, if you were able to pick this up in a Blitz Pass, you guys should know Rodney is fantastic as well. Great armor piercing penetration power with these guns. They're a little weird if you're not used to this kind of layout. Like I said, they are great. It's a great ship. Play style is going to be different than, like, say, the American with the, you want to maybe go camp an island a little bit more with this. So, protect the rear end of your ship a little more. But, like I said, great ship. Misunderstood ship, but I think it's a great ship nonetheless, is the Hood. Get my camo on there because I can't stand a naked ship. So, Hood. What do I like about Hood? Hood is got a lot of hit points. Doesn't have a lot of armor, but it's got a lot of hit points to play with. And it's super fast. 30 knots for a battleship at Tier 7, that's just crazy. The guns are they're pretty good on this. For the the amount of damage you can do, and another one, British AP is tremendous. And a very low surface detection, so you've got this kind of stealthy platform you can really work around a battlefield with. So it's another nice one though. And then last but not least on the my Tier 7 battleships, Poltava. Poltava's just a good ship. It's got basically the same guns as California does. 3x3, so it's got 9 of them versus 12. You can train your Makarov, your Kuznetsov on it. Great ship. So that rounds out my top battleships of Tier 7. You know, the California, West Virginia, Florida are all kind of just lumped together for me as like number 1 or number 2, because Rodney's probably the best one at the tier right now. So let's go Rodney, the American premiums, the Hood, and the Poltava for my top ones. Okay. So I'm thinking over the next week, I'm going to try to get videos on all these ships for you guys. Now, for you newer players, and this is really just for the new players, these ships, you know, my advice for you guys is these aren't ships that just do the battle honors and get your shipyard resources up and then put them in port for a while. These ships are tailor-made for you guys. So you want to learn how to play battleship? This is a good tier to learn. You know, yeah, you're going to get some tier 8 matches. Yes, you will have to face an Atlantico here and there. But for the most part, the ships that I've picked out as my best, as my favorites, they can handle a tier 8 battle here and there. More importantly, you're going to get into tier 6 matchmaking. So, you know, you've got some relatively easy games to learn the battleship playstyle and to hone your craft, not put yourself out of position, learn how to, you know, select targets better. Stay down here while you're leveling up these commanders. You know, maybe you got lucky and you pulled, you know, a nice big tier 10 premium. But if you're a new player, really stay away from tier 10 for a while. Sit back here, learn the playstyle. When you start getting, you know, when you're consistently MVP in your matches, that's when you start moving up. You know, it's super important, guys. Save your time, save your money, and stay away from tier 10 for a while. Just, like I said, hone your craft down here, guys. That's like my most important piece of advice to give you. Just stay here for a while and hone your craft. So, like I said, with California, Florida, West Virginia, yeah, you've got precise aims on all those ships, but you can still train your Montana commander. You can still train, you know, you can train any commander on these ships. Just be careful and make sure you level up your commanders properly if you do it. You know, if you pick this up for dirt cheap, the Ashitaka, this is a good one to grind up your Japanese commander on. And learn the Amagi playstyle. You know, if you've got Renown 44, that's another one you can sit there and play with. Like I said, commander trainers, guys. Learn different play styles with these ships, but just, like I said, until you're consistently the top of your team, don't move up. That's my big piece of advice I'll give you guys. All right. And with that, like I said, look forward to West Virginia and Florida coming out. Probably, we'll call it Friday and maybe over the weekend. And then we'll work on Rodney, Hood, and Poltava. And with that, guys, have a good one.